World War I elevated the United States to a new position of prominence in the international stage. The rise of American international diplomacy coincided with increased cultural exchange between the New World and the Old. More than ever before, American artists were in contact with luminaries abroad, often descending on European cultural centers like Paris en masse in order to forge a novel American form of expression. After the war, American composers, eager to discover their own artistic voices, converged on France to study with Nadia Boulanger, Lili Boulanger's sister. When the United States decided to enter the war, they were looking for a home for the military band. And Walter Damrosch set that home in Fontainebleau, which then becomes the American Conservatory after the war. And it becomes this important place where American composers and composers from all over go to study. And the person they study with is Nadia Boulanger. She gives these composers the directive, what is the American sound? And so a young Aaron Copland, for instance, comes to study with her. She asks him that question, and his music takes a left turn, and you suddenly have all of these shaker tunes being incorporated into his music. You get things like Fanfare for the Common Man are born out of that directive. But what is the American sound? In trying to define it, composers have drawn on traditional melodies, folk songs, and spirituals. Far from narrowing in on one unique sound, their endeavors have served to highlight America's extraordinary cultural complexity. The inclusion of new voices felt key to that because it's a voice, the American voice, so to speak, is one that is continuing to develop and continuing to diversify. Among the first generation to study with Nadia were composers like Aaron Copland, Leonard Bernstein, and Howard Swanson. Each of these composers took the notion of the American sound, fused it with their own deeply personal experiences, and developed distinct, highly individualized musical languages. In this way, they each show us a particular part of American culture and life. This tradition of expanding the American voice is continued today by composers such as Tania León, Caroline Shaw, and Nico Muhly. I kind of wanted us to explore, again, these voices, because song allows us that opportunity, and it still feels so resonant because it's part of the human experience. That's the mystery of living doesn't really change. This is why art song has captured my attention and led me to think about my own identity as an American. The complexity of who we are certainly can't be captured in one song. Instead, each new work that I encounter reveals some new and often unexpected perspective. In doing so, they afford a window of understanding into the life of another human being, while allowing us to see ourselves reflected back. The unique intersection of poetry and music power this art form's potential in understanding myself and its endurance as a medium for building empathy towards others. That flows by the throne